It's a landscape drowning under unrelenting rain and swollen rivers. Tens of thousands of hectares across regional New South Wales are being swallowed by a muddy brown inland sea. But for many farmers, it is not the scale or the depth of this flood that is unusual. It's the duration.
This flood, this 3-year wet event, has snuck up a lot more like a drought than a flood, and that's what's happened.
Some of grazier Hamish Wald's farm near Condobolin has been underwater for almost 2 years. It's part of life on the floodplains of the Lachlan Valley, but he says this event is exceptional.
This country went underwater in January, and then it came out of underwater in May, and we were able to get the crop in, and then it went back underwater here about August, and it's just slowly increased area the last 2 or 3 months.
It's not just about crop losses. Staying ahead of the water is a huge logistical exercise. The sheep yards are flooded, so lambs are being trucked out of the cattle yards in between rainy days and creek rises.
Normally you lose crop in floodwater, you pick it back up the next year. It's that give and take. It's 3 years in a row. That's what's made this just an extraordinarily wet time.
Hamish is expecting millions of dollars in losses. These paddocks on the banks of a lake first disappeared in December 2020. When the water eventually recedes, he'll need to deal with what's left behind.
The country comes out really sour. It gets I think they call it deoxygenated, but loses its aeration. So all that country that's been flooded, we'll have to cultivate it. It's 12 months before some of this I'll be able to get on. And then you're looking at 2 or 3 years to get it back in order.
And that's not to mention potential problems with foot rot, fly strike and mosquito-borne diseases for livestock. In the past 6 years, Western New South Wales has been tested by a succession of disasters. In 2016, large parts of the Central West flooded when the Lachlan River spilled its banks. A devastating drought followed and brought with it dust storms and, in some areas, bushfires. Guy Schumark farms down the road from Hamish Wald at Condobolin. He'd rather farm in mud than a drought, but admits this weather is overstaying its welcome.
You kind of forget about 18, 19. Although I haven't really forgotten, but yeah, this rain, like you don't want to wish it away, and everyone says you don't want to wish the rain away. But yeah, it's getting to the point where you go, geez, we just have a break for 5 or 6 weeks would be nice. Stop raining.
His steers should have been sent to the feedlot weeks ago, but have been delayed by continual downpours.
I've only been here 20 years, and I've never seen anything like it. And then people who've grown up here haven't seen it as wet like this. The ground's that saturated, it's just, 5 mils it's like we've had 30.
Some of last summer's cotton is still in the ground because it was too wet to pick, while other parts of his farm are completely flooded.
We've got a fair bit of country underwater. It's been underwater for about 3 weeks a month, and it'll be under for till next year, which is beautiful grass. It was all 2-3 foot high, but anyway, we'll lose it, but we'll make up for it next year, hopefully.
If he can get this summer's cotton sowed, that is.
That should have cotton coming out of the ground now, but covered in a few weeds.
We haven't even got to start, so that's probably my major concern, because our summer crop's a big part of our program, and I've got 0 acres in, so.
With input costs sky high and commodity prices surging, being forced to leave crops in sodden paddocks is a big financial blow.
I've been doing last year's books and everything at the moment, and it's just, when I do my fertiliser, my chemical, my diesel bill, they're my top 3 costs, and they're just, out of control. For next winter, I was going to bring in more wheat country, but I just changed my mind. I said, no, I'll leave it for grass. I'll just let the cattle have it.
She's history over there.
fairly deep over there, some of it.
Upstream in the Lachlan Valley at Bajerabong near Forbes, the best way for Tom Brown to assess the damage to his wheat and canola is by boat.
Here comes the rain again. Never ending, is it? It just keeps coming every week. It just sort of comes around again.
He estimates 2/3 of his and wife Melissa's property is inundated.
Lying down there, that's a canola crop going through there.
Yet their spirit can't be washed away.
I think if you're focused on the negatives all the time and what you've lost or what could have been, it would just get you down. Yeah. And so you just got to keep thinking about, what you have.
Although with almost all the roads in and out of the area flooded, their teenage daughter can't get to school in Forbes.
We might need to look at her going in and boarding because kids need to be around kids. They need to have that interaction and it's really important.
Floods out here can take weeks to arrive and linger for months and even years. The Lachlan River stretches hundreds of kilometres from its catchment around Crookwell, southwest of Sydney, through the Wyangla Dam near Cowra, all the way through to the southwest corner of New South Wales. In 2019, the New South Wales and federal government singled out water security in the Lachlan Valley. They vowed to raise Wyangla Dam's wall by 10 metres so it could store more water. It's designed to provide greater drought security and mitigate major flooding like this, but it's divided communities along the Lachlan River, including here at Condobolin. The project is expected to cost more than $2 billion and the state government is still working on a business case. In the meantime, these Lachlan Valley farmers are trying to prepare for the next drought, despite the challenges of drying hay and cutting silage in the rain.
We're all very mindful of what's around the corner, yet we haven't got to put away the hay or grain that would have liked to have done,
With so much water around and still a lot more expected, it's hard to believe there could ever be another drought. Yet these farmers are under no illusions that the day they yearn for more rain is only ever edging closer.
Just having a bigger outlook, not just year to year and sort of reacting to flood situations and, just to be planning for the future because it's not just our future, it's the future of those that come after us.
Look, the weather's getting very, very variable. Like you're looking at two extremes. You're looking at 3 years of half our average rainfall, followed by 3 years of double our average rainfall. It's getting very hard to manage.